back to the Click into Christmas card series. Today is day 5, and for today's card, I wanted to work a little bit with texture. So you saw there I have a white piece of cardstock, and that is going to serve as my card front for the card today, and it's just a plain piece of white cardstock, and I showed you a little embossing folder there, and that embossing folder is an older embossing folder from Maggie Holmes, and it just has a little bit of a doily impression. So there I just ran it through my die cutting machine, and out it came, and it just has those embossed doilies on it. So here I was trying to decide if I wanted to do a top folding card for a vertical card or a side folding card. And I decided with what I'm going to do a little bit later in the card that it would look a little bit better if I did a top folding card. So there is my card front and my card base. For my card base, I did go ahead and use black cardstock. And I'm taking a little circle sticker from the 6x12 sticker sheet, and that says Merry and Bright, and that has a little plaid and red around the edges. So I'm kind of pulling the black from the edges of the card base onto the front of the card. Now what I'm going to do is this silver and white thread comes in the card kit, and I'm just going to wrap it around the card front and adhere it to the back of that card front with a little bit of washi tape. Then I'm just going to take the edges and I'm going to spread them apart. So I wanted to add a little bit more texture to where I'm going to add that heart, and that little heart came in the ephemera pack that comes in the kit. And so I'm just going to take another piece of string and tie it on the left third of that string, and that's just going to gather it together a little bit so the eye will go towards that part of the card. So I'm just going to adhere that down with some Tombow glue, just a little dot there, placing my little heart there, and then I'm going to bring up the edges a little bit just so it has a little bit more dimension. And then, like I said, I'm just going to separate those little pieces of twine or string on the edges so it spreads out a little bit more and adds a little bit more interest. Now for the sticker, I wanted to make sure it was centered, so I just held it up a little bit to make sure that it was in the center top of the card. Now at first I thought about using those foam adhesive, but it would take so many, and again, I don't like it when the card front sags, and so the fun foam really works well as a base for card fronts and making sure that you have even dimension across the entire card front. So I went ahead and adhered that down and just looked at the card a little bit, and I decided I wanted to add just a little bit more. So I have some enamel dots that came in the kit, some red, and I'm going to pull a little bit more red out. It says Merry and Bright. The little and is in red, so I just wanted to pull a little bit more red onto the card front. So I'm going to mess with those a little bit. I couldn't decide exactly if I wanted them going across the entire card or clustered around that Merry and Bright sentiment. I finally decide to keep them close to that Merry and Bright, and I'm going to add one more thing. I wanted to play off the texture of the thread, so I'm going to grab some black thread from my stash, and I'm going to pull off that Merry and Bright sentiment, and I'm just going to add a little bit more thread around that Merry and Bright sentiment. I just unwrap some, and then I'm going to wrap it around my finger and gently pull up that sticker and then lay it down, and then that will complete the card for day 5. Again, today just focusing on texture and thread, and I love how it turned out. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below, and you can also check out the previous days of the card series. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye-bye.